That's you, all the scuba divers and hopefully future scuba divers out there. My name is Jan, I'm a scuba instructor, and here on my channel give it a good thumbs up. The dive site I would like to show you guys today is called Makassar Reef. Now, some dive centers or liverboards also refer to this dive site as Manta Point, so you can guess why we dive here. But if you look at the dive map, you'll see there's not really much to the dive site that I've drawn. It's mostly when you get underwater, you'll see it's a bit like rolling hills up and down, little valleys. And this whole area seems to be covered in mostly coral rubble. But down in the valleys, in some areas, you get these pockets with beautiful coral and lots of marine life, very colorful marine life. But they are very scattered all over the dive site. Like I said, when you jump in, it's going to be a drift dive. And then depending where the current's going to come from, either from the left or to the right, you're just going to jump in and drift with the current. And then you're going to be on the lookout for mantas. What we normally do, we jump in, of course, in the current, and then we do sort of a zigzag pattern from the shallow water, say even as shallow as 6-7 meters, and then go a little bit deeper till about 15 meters. That's more or less as deep as I go, and then turn back and go up the opposite way as you drift along with the dive site. And then you just keep a lookout for what you encounter. Now, like I said, most of the time you're hoping to see some mantas, and they normally come swim up against the current. Now, so you need to keep a lookout. But if you're going to see these mantas, it's mostly, well, it's very likely that it's going to happen that you're going to see them over these rubbly coral areas. And then there's not much chance of actually staying in one place because of the current. But if you're lucky, the current might not be as strong, so you might be able to stay in one place. And even if you're more lucky, you might find mantas over these coral outcrops. Now, this is obviously where they do some cleaning. So they might be like circle over these areas to get their cleans. And if you do encounter them there, go relatively flat onto the rubble coral, but be careful of any live coral, and don't go too close, because if you're going to go too close, you're most likely also just going to chase away the mantas. But hopefully you do see the mantas. But it does happen on occasion when you drift the entire site and don't encounter any mantas. You just need to keep a lookout and listen to your guide. But if you don't see any mantas, there's still a lot of other marine life to see. At these coral outcrops, there's quite often that we see bump-head parrotfish, different types of stingrays, and very, very colorful marine life. Loads of antheas, clownfish, even leaf scorpion fish. And so there's a lot to see there. Hopefully the current is not too strong, so you can actually stay at these little outcrops if you don't encounter any mantas. But like I said, it's very easy dive, maximum depth about 15 meters, go zigzag all the way till you get to the end of your dive. And yeah, that's about it. It's a very easy dive site. So jump in, drift, go zigzag, and keep a lookout for the mantas. 1, 2, 3, go! Welcome to my world. guys, so that was Makassar Reef. Very easy drift dive, zigzag back and forth, and with hopefully loads of mantas. Yeah, hopefully you encountered also loads of mantas, but if there's no mantas, there's quite a bit of other marine life to see. Hopefully you also see a few black-tip reef sharks. But that's about it for this dive site. Hopefully the video will help you. You know, if you're going to plan a trip to Komodo, you can see what you can expect over there. So that's about it. Please remember to subscribe, give it a video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to share it with your dive buddies. Until next time, take care.